can totally change the direction
I
of
don't
the
give a fuck
conversation.
if you're
That's what she does.
All right, Universe, can you play the bongo?
Pepe
Just
says
move it
white
down.
supremacist.
You can't. It's the one where you automatically
I'm sorry,
stop.
baby.
He has to turn the hand raising
All right,
on.
I'm
and
sorry.
down.
I have no choice. I have to.
Do it, you dumb cow punk.
All right.
God damn.
No, you kicked her
All
down.
right, no, you can't kick people down the way he has to say.
You have to turn on hand raising, Rich.
Yeah, we get all that. We're under her on anyways. Can we please? Oh, Bella, hold on. Can we please just have Universe play the bongos and get good?
She's not even gonna listen, even if she was in the audience. But anyway.
Universe, can you play the bongo drums, please? Alice Charlie's back.
And I know it's the same guy. And John, if you keep doing that, I'm just gonna remove you without hesitation.
Got it.
Yeah,
Well, let's
okay,
just get
John,
back to the
and Grim's one
topic
of your
then.
Followers. Grim loves your content.
Now I don't even know where I left off.
Let's get back to the topic. I didn't know black supremacy was a thing. Is it a thing?
God.
Here we go.
I gave him 100,000 accounts.
He thinks he's connected to AWAS. Like, he thinks he's like the reincarnation of Alex Probably you're not AWAS. You've never been to Egypt. Not tapped in. Stop it. Grim.
Let's get back on topic here, Othello. I don't know what you're talking about, but I didn't know black supremacy was a thing until Clubhouse when I heard black racists. Then we have a black racist mayor here in Chicago named Brandon Johnson. But it turns out that blacks are the worst racists because they're the nastiest when they get racist. They are so despicable, so obnoxious, so ungrateful, so unpatriotic. They're nothing but traitors. And, you know, they turn on everybody and they turn on themselves. They turn on their own families. They shoot their own communities up. They kill each other. They're horrible, awful people. Terrible. I just want to quote Acek on that. Hello?
Yeah, that's what those people.
So the reason why the girl gave you so much attitude, you gotta do predominantly black space. Without really even studying the culture, or connecting with the culture, or having friends within the culture. You know what I mean? So she's gonna give you that attitude. And you have to be compassionate towards
You mean the
that.
BB girl?
No, the girl, where you said the black girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you can go in there and overgeneralize, you know what I mean?
No, the way it happened was I joined the room. I just stumbled into the room, random room, and they checked out my profile and they saw that my username was @Asian Power, and then they were like, "Oh, Asian Power, okay, let's bring him up and see what he's about." That's how I was brought up the stage. I was coaxed up the stage, and then from there, you know.
And then, even if they're talking about their ancestors or civil rights era, that's a part of black culture. A lot of those people are still alive that marched and walked and whatnot. My grandpa's like the Elizabeth. He was around during that time. And
I'm recalling. Oh, okay, yeah.
so if you're talking about right now, you're talking about why young black people act more like Asian culture. So we're talking about cultures. So I think it's okay for her to bring up the civil rights area, how you guys benefit. And we're all talking about cultures. So we got
Okay, now it's coming back to me. So then she said, like, why are you trying to have Asians take over the country? It should be black people because they were the most oppressed group. And she said some really even more extreme things. She said the only people who should be congressionally recognized as citizens of the United States are white and black people. And that all other races of Americans should not be in the same standing in terms of citizenry or citizenship.
Anybody want to unpack that? Maybe Adam.
Yeah, black people are terrible.
No, actually, it's just low IQ. It's racism, really, and it's stupidity. And you witnessed it, Grim. You heard it firsthand how ignorant it is. They are so hypocritical and so stupid. The people on this app, I'm not saying the black monolith that doesn't exist. I'm saying the stupid fucking left wokest. The black left woke on this app are dumb as fuck.
And she
Hello?
even went so far as to say that all other races should be kicked out of the country and sent back to wherever they came from.
Well, if they're illegal,
No, I mean, she meant straight up all, like, anyone who's not white or black, basically.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. If they're illegal, Othello, come on, let's be honest. You'd be happy to have more left voters here in this country to support your cause, right? You don't care if they're illegal aliens.
Say the same. Grim, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of white people say the same thing. They even
And another thing, sorry, I'm just kind of saying as I recall, they were clearly saying that, they explicitly said that they think that the black race is the superior race. And they were under the impression that I was all about saying that Asians are superior. I wasn't. Like, that's not what I'm about.
Well, they probably looked at your name and then they assumed.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
And my intent is not to take over the country, but they said that their intention was. That was another thing. They want to take over the country.
You find a lot of black people adopting these extremist ideas. A lot of them are actually turning right wing. A lot of them, foundational black Americans, are actually in alignment with white Americans, white right wingers. It's going.
In Othello's opinion. Remember, there's no data to back up what he's saying. It's just his opinion, everybody. Let's see some data on that, Othello. Let's see a link or something other than one man's opinion to claim that black people are becoming right-wing extremists when it's actually just the exact opposite. They're all left-wing extremists. And when Charlie Kirk got assassinated, if you went to politically correct, you could hear all the left wokeists led by gay black men screaming, "Oh, thank God that Charlie Kirk is dead! Thank God that white bull racist is dead!" You should hear the gay black men on this app. You want to talk about sociopaths and psychopaths? All you got to do is listen to a gay black man on this app for 20 to 30 minutes, and you will realize they are psychotic, they are neurotic, and they're homicidal, and sometimes they're suicidal, but generally they're just low IQ. I rest my case. Hello? And again, they're left woke Democrats. They're not right-wing conservatives. They are left-wing, woke, racist, hypocritical, gay Democrats. That's what they are. Not what Othello says. Everything Othello says is a propaganda. Hello?
Wait, hold on. Let me let this Jewish guy finish. Rich, let me ask you a question. Isn't SIG right wing? Isn't people like Anthony and a lot of these people that are popping up with these right wing ideologies popping up here and left and right? You have a lot of black people that voted for Trump. And a lot of black people are now siding with ICE because they feel like if you kick the immigrants out, then that'll open up housing, that'll open up jobs. Yeah, you do have black people embracing right-wing ideologies.
Yeah, you got one guy called Sig who leads a room with a bunch of white people and a bunch of Jews. One big black man. That's it, Othello. If Sig is your data or your evidence, again, it's just your stupid opinion. Get some fucking links in the chat. Hello?
That's fine. They know I'm right.
No, they don't know you're right. They know I'm right and that you're just a fucking propagandist misinformationist dumbass. You spread stupid information because you're stupid. You're fucking stupid. That's what you are. And this is your roast, stupid.
You're LARPing at
Okay, you're LARPing. You're LARPing as a white wizard from Lord of the Rings, you fucking idiot.
You don't even know who that his wife connected with in Egypt. You don't even know who that is. You're just skimming the surface and going with like the mainstream fucking magician. Shut the fuck up.
Going with the mainstream magician. Oh, okay. Sig is your evidence that blacks are all turning towards Trump and are conservatives.
Anything about Aleister Crowley?
Oh, it's called poetry, you stupid fucking moron. I'm complete and I'm done talking to you, you fucking loser.
So how do you feel, Othello?
About what?
About the whole thing about America and
I think that when black foundational Americans and white Americans, when we unite, you'll see the golden age in the United States.
Really? Wait. So you're excluding all other races? Only white and black?
No, I'm not excluding. You guys can be here. What I'm saying is like.
You guys can be here. I like that phrasing.
Yeah. What I'm
Well,
saying.
that's what I was trying to tell you earlier, Grim. Like, Black Americans. You remember how I told you they kind of look at, like, white Americans are kind of the last people they look at. Often it's because they all white Americans and Black Americans, at least a lot of them, largely they've been here for like 400 years. So they look at each other as countrymen, even though they're of a different race. They look at you guys as all
like siblings who fight at times but still got each other's back because they got that long relationship.
Yeah, but they look at Asians, who obviously
as like the adopted child.
That came much later, and so they don't look at. They basically have a nativist image or view of this country. So
okay, I have to stop my workout. I gotta give you my little spiel, hello. Is that all right?
Well, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I see you guys as equal, but I'm just.
But the way that you said that, though, the way you worded that, though, was
long, tumultuous history, white, black people, right?
But the way you said you guys can be here. No, but the way you said it gave me the impression that you already established the positioning that you're the default and I'm the one who's just, kind of the new kid on the block.
No, I'm just separating you into individual categories.
All right, if you didn't mean you didn't have any connotation to that sentence.
American citizen, you're a fucking American citizen.
All right, just the way you said that, though.
I'm saying that blacks and whites have a long, tumultuous history with each other, and we gotta make that shit right. When we make the shit right, we don't have to live with each other.
Okay, I took you the wrong way. I thought you meant that only by having white and blacks cooperate and collaborate will the nation be better off. I thought that's what you
The snake and it's the elephant in the room. And once we unite, the white people will see the golden age that they want, and the black people will see the golden age. And the rest of America. Because
Yeah, we all gotta pay the black tax to make it right. They want the free money. They want to tax you and get that tax money with the black tax.
Hey, come on. That's that streaking.
Universe is fucking this is the same guy you kicked out earlier.
All right, but yeah, come on. I'm using a.
He has a similar view. So most people, like including myself, think that like the 1965 Immigration Act was the worst thing to happen to our country. And I'm not being hyperbolic there. I literally believe it. I want the country to remain overwhelmingly white. That's a view that, there quite a few of us have. But we, while acknowledging that, we may have a problem with blacks and their behaviors and their demands, but we don't look at them as non-Americans.
But we had this discussion before, right, Pepe? And it's up to your racial group, the white people, to maintain that that majority by making sure that you guys have enough children with each and every next generation.
But see, Grim, that's how everybody else thinks. It's just in-group, out-group, and what you're seeing, this is what white people do not do. They don't do what you just said, because that's like dissolved. That's like thinking in the past. And nowadays, every white person is a fucking Democrat, and they're all liberal. So that type of perspective will never, ever occur, no matter how hard or how fascist or how crazy the situation gets with wars or famine or currency. White people in this country just don't act that way. They've completely dissolved into the network. It's only black people and Asian people that want to call themselves out and say, we want special identity politic privilege and we want to tax the white people. You know how fucking stupid that is?
I'll say this. There is like a double standard, right? Whereas I look at black and whites and Native Americans to be the primary, to be like blooded, not quite blooded soil, but we're like the original Americans. A lot of whites, including myself, we do kind of contradict ourselves. Like, I would date an Asian or Hispanic woman, but not a black woman. Like, I don't really, I would rather,
How do you not date beautiful women? Is that why you were accusing me of being gay earlier? Because you're actually bisexual? If you don't think all women are beautiful and beauty is beauty, then again, I'll just say you're low IQ and stupid.
Nobody said you can't find a black woman attractive. Nobody said that.
Universe, you're bringing down the quality of the conversation, please.
When I was growing up, black parents, they would let us be friends with their sons and stuff. We go to each other's houses and all of that stuff, but it was kind of known by the time we were in high school that, like, yeah, dude, they don't want you, sure as fuck don't want you talking to their daughter, though. I mean, they had a preference, and that's that.
Can you refresh me on the last thing you said, Othello? Because it was very compelling. You said America should be such and such way.
Why is this
Peter, come on, stop. So, Othello, you said something along the lines of that America should be this way in terms of race. I just don't remember exactly what you said.
Oh, I was saying that, like, okay, for example, there's a white community, I think in North Carolina, right? And they only want to live amongst white people. Like, if you're a J.D. Vance type of thing where you have an Indian wife, you're not allowed in this community. And I'm okay with that. Like, I don't think that, I think that everyone can have their own community.
No, something you said triggered me. If you could just get right to the jugular, and you said it would be better for America to be like X, Y, and Z in terms of race. I just don't remember exactly what it was you said.
When I said that blacks and whites need to fix this kind of age-old curse that we have with each other.
No, I
tumultuous
did, no.
relationship.
Well, no, I think it was something like you were saying. Black people have some position or quality that makes them special in a way.
Okay. Well, I was just talking about industry. You know, if blacks and whites came together and we knew how much power that we have, you know, like in industry, in culture, in entertainment, you know what I mean? And like if you see Turning Point USA, right? They're going through a whole rebranding of white people, whereas they're like, okay, it's okay to be white, right? But they're struggling to galvanize the youth, and they're struggling to get to kind of like bring in that cool factor to get people really on board. You know what I mean? So what if white?
That wasn't it.
Hold on. Let me just get this out because let me get one idea out. So if their whole shtick is to running like a "it's okay to be white" kind of revival, you know what I mean? I think that's limiting. Why don't you just unite on an American thing and get unite blacks and whites, since we control all these major industries and have this influence, you know, all over the world, you know? Why don't we just unite as Americans and unite under one banner and really get this shit popping and really have a golden age? I think people are limiting themselves when they only focused on their specific community.
Okay, but there was definitely something that you said that tipped me off that you were like very much pro-black. There was something that you said, but never mind. We have it on replay anyway. But I have a response to both you guys, Pepe and you. So America, I'm probably just saying things you already know, but. As time went on, the Constitution and other key documents of the nation were reinterpreted to mean something different. They were reinterpreted to apply broadly to all people, and the Constitution was held up to a more idealistic standard of like moral values, human rights. It became it entered a more abstract realm or space, and pulled more away from being like an ethnic based sort of philosophy. So now you have people of all different races in America, white, black, Asian, Hispanic, Middle Eastern, and so on, who have the same rights, right, as a citizen. So theoretically, any individual is with enough ambition can achieve any sort of position in America. And so this is how the rules of the game have been established now. And what that has allowed is for anyone to vie for these positions as long as they, are determined and, ingenious enough to maneuver, jockey, strategize into getting into these positions.
And Grim,
So-
that's very true, Grim. I like the way you phrase some of these things, but I think for me, from my perspective, I had to learn the game by myself. Nobody was teaching me the game, right? I had to go explore it. I had to go find it. I feel like in America, if you have somebody teaching you the game that's actually going to lead to prosperity, you're lucky. And, Yas and I got into it earlier, but one thing we agree on is like being black is not a monolith. But just in general, there's some Asian people in America who would do really well, but they have poor guidance. The stuff that you're saying, you're clearly well informed, and that's either from your own doing or from your family's doing. But not all people have that. That's kind of like actually a little bit of a liberty, in my opinion.
And okay, thank you. You know the difference between a native-born American and an immigrant? One is in a state of peace, while the other is in a warlike soldier mindset. I don't want to be complacent and feel like I'm, waddling in a peaceful vibe like such a hippo in the mud. I am definitely thinking that every second that passes, it's war. It's wartime for me. And that's the kind of mindset that I have. Not that I'm like just against everybody around me or anything like that, but just the ferocity of wanting to be the most that I can be, just the level of ambition and drive to just achieve as much as I can. I feel that it's different between an immigrant and a native born. And so, what can I say? I think that may be part of the reason why Americans with numerous generations having been in America have become somewhat complacent. And that has definitely weakened their competitiveness in this very competitive country. When you got all different races in a single country, you're going to have a shit ton of cutthroat competition. But the silver lining is that with such intense competition, you'll have excellence. I compare this with the Olympics. The Olympics is where you get the best of the best, the world-class athletes to compete against each other to see who's best, right? So it's kind of the same idea here.
Grim, in 1861 to 65, Grim, you got to realize this country had a civil war.
I'm also here to dominate, Othello.
He's a dominator, Othello. But what you don't understand is,
Grim, more power to you, brother.
in 1861 to 1865, 1 million Americans killed themselves, and there were 1.5 million casualties in the Civil War. This country tore itself apart over slavery, and the reparations were paid then by the people that died, or any other benefits derived thereof. But to make claims that a black tax and reparations is the only way to solve this rift between white and black man in America is so stupid and so ignorant. It shows no spirituality. It shows no logic. No philosophical understanding or legal or law comprehension whatsoever. It's purely political, it's Marxist and communist and socialist and stupid. And anybody here who makes that argument, if Othello thinks he's entitled to money or he knows people that are entitled to money, I gotta say, you should all just read a fucking book, jerk off, smoke a drink, have a tequila, and realize you got what you got, and there's not a speck of dust out of place in the whole universe. And the more you complain, the more you're just gonna get put into a complaint department. It's pointless. Hello?
Hey,
Can I ask you a question?
I really want to tell you something though.
What, okay, I just want to I just
All right,
want,
go ahead.
Did anybody say anything about reparations like this whole time? Like, did I say
Not
anything?
yet.
No.
We haven't brought that up yet.
Okay, so universe is just kind of like making false claims and kind of like projecting. Seems like. Well, anyway. Go
Oh,
ahead.
I mean, yeah.
No, I'm playing 3D chess. I'm 3 moves ahead of you. And I live in Chicago where our mayor is constantly reminding us that white people have to pay black people in the city reparations, a black tax, a reparations tax. So don't tell me that I'm projecting. I'm witnessing and observing your race's bullshit, your race's traitorship. It's all criminality, fraud, and taxation. Taxation is theft. I rest my case.
That's interesting.
Yeah. You
but
claim to
what
be
he
wise,
just-
like you're doing overgeneralizations. Okay, go ahead, Grim.
Well, what he just said might slightly counter what I was about to say, which is when a person, any person of any background, vies for a leadership position in American society, whether that's mayor, governor, or even president of the country, when they're campaigning to get people to follow them, they wouldn't use rhetoric like I am doing this for the Asian people or for the white people. That would be a quick way to not get to that position, right? The rhetoric is always they are doing their if you elect me, if you vote for me, I will do what's best for all the people. And the point here is that there's a strategy to getting to that top leadership position. There's a sort of way that you maneuver into it. And there are ways that you convey certain messages. And any race of person can do that, is my point. An Asian person can do that. A black person can do that. A Middle Eastern person can do that. And so that is how people, reach leadership positions, is they know how to play the game in a way. So if white people have been doing this, and the vast majority of high-level, powerful, and influential positions in American society are occupied by white Americans, they've been left mostly unchallenged in these positions that usually multiple people would be vying for. So I do think that a big part of why I'm even starting this Asian American empowerment movement, which I'm planning on making a YouTube channel for, and obviously here's my house for it. And it's
where'd they go? Oh, damn, they left. My bad.
So
Go ahead.
what I'm really trying to do is to eradicate racism against Asians. And I figured that in order to do so, I would have to accomplish two big things, which wouldn't happen in my lifetime, but still, I would try to contribute all that I can to make my small dent in the matter. One is population, and I haven't figured out how to do it, but we definitely need more population of Asians in America. Secondly, it's like what I just said, the more occupation of powerful positions in the country. And I feel like with these two things and other things too, it can change the image of how people see Asians, particularly Asian Americans. See, and I'll give you one example of what I mean. Still to this day, not many other things too. The majority of Americans are still not used to seeing an Asian person speaking with a more or less perfect English accent. And that's just because there aren't that many of us in the first place. And okay, sure. I said that. That's what I'll say. Yeah.
And you know, being the other
English.
Grim, you're way off.
We get mocked. People say ching chong and pull the sides of their eyes.
Grim, your data's way off.
Because there aren't enough of us to show them that we too can be just as American. Speak.
Grim, your data is way off. You need to post a link to your data that actually confirms what you're saying. Because my high school, and I'm white, supposedly white, my high school is 60% Asian, majority Indian, tons of South Koreans, few Chinese, but mostly Indian. The Indians have invaded America for 40, 50 years now to a very high degree. And again, it's only because there's 1.3 billion of them. And with China too, there's 1.3 billion people in China. If you wonder why there's so many engineers, it's because of the law of large numbers. And there are so many Indians and so many Chinese. That's why you have so many engineers that come from those countries. I rest my case.
It makes sense. Only 6 million South Asians in America.
Yeah, but you wouldn't judge high schools by the amount of Asians. High schools only. We're talking about roads.
Yo, Grim.
There's actually a lot more than that. It's just misidentified Asians.
Grim, I hear you talking about the overt racism.
No, because the brother was talking about, my high school has got more Asians than fucking Pakistanis. All right, it's the Indians and the Indians.
I'm talking about the whole range of racism, Othello.
Are you specifically talking about like East Asians? We say like Asian American empowerment, or does that apply all over the board?
No, it doesn't apply. So I have a simple, what I call the Asian test. It's very simple. If you look like you could be on the receiving end of like that crude Asian joke or humor that I kind of mentioned about pulling eyes and making fun of the way Chinese people sound.
He said no.
Or saying King Kong and all of that kind of stuff, right? Yeah.
So there are 15 million Asians and 6 million Indians. 6 million South Asians, which include Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, countries like that. 6 million of those.
Night King, would you make fun of these Chinese people with your nigger chicken loving lips?
No, I wouldn't, you fucking gook, fucking Italian drag queen looking dumb bitch. So him, like Pepe here is like a narcissist, fake Italian, fake Mexican, fake Chinese person sometimes too. I just gave you a new character. Take it. I actually grew up in a community next to Asians and stuff like that. So there's a predominantly like Hmong population. As far as just like our Asian community where I'm at.
No, but he's asking where it is.
Shut up, I'm answering. Shut up.
15 million out of 45 million blacks, 65 million Hispanics, and nearly 200 million whites.
Exactly. So disproportionately, hold on. God damn. I can see like how they're scattered amongst like the population, right? And so when we talk about like specific type of Asians, that's why I specify, right? I asked you like, hey, which Asians are you talking about? And you actually specify like, East Asians and stuff like that.
In the phenotypical sense, yes.
Yes.
On surface appearance.
So that disqualifies Indians, that disqualifies Asians.
Yeah, they have their own percentage, which is...
They got their own percentage, purple. So how about you relax, right? Because I know what I'm talking about. I grew up next to Laotians and Hmongs and Koreans and all that kind of stuff, and I'm an Asian arts practitioner, right? So I got.
So what do you believe in? All right, so what do you believe in? Sikhs?
That has nothing to do. That's a non-sequitur. I'm gonna ignore you. So what I'm saying is, I learned like a long time ago, like as a little kid, like to have like a lot of respect for, different communities and stuff like that. And I actually had a lot of Asian friends. So the people that you talking about that made fun of them and shit like that, I used to beat they ass. I used to kick they fucking ass. We used to kill them on the playground. Not literally, but like beat they fucking ass.
I get it. No, I get it. No, I get it. No, it's cool.
But
No,
you know,
Grim,
Grim, what you're talking about is more so like Grim. What you're talking about is more so like stereotypes. You know what I mean? And you could lump it in there with racism, but that's stereotypes. You know, Asians, sticky eyes, black people are like ghetto. You know, that's more so stereotypes. I would say the racism that you find, I would say don't try and fight racism. Like, yeah, you can, but I would spend more time like.
Oh, I just asked because Amy is sick.
Hold on. I would more so try and fight the covert, subtle racism that you can find in Asian communities against other people. So I know for a fact that your parents and stuff, they're like, don't bring a black person.
No, he said he said he beats them up.
Yeah. I'm not talking about that. Give me a second. So I know that your parents and whatnot, they have subtle racism towards black people and people of different races, to where they say, don't bring a black person to this house. Don't date a black person. You know, but doesn't that go on?
Yes, you're right. I think generally, but my parents are pretty cool, so
And
they
so
weren't
that's
like that.
actually like detrimental racism.
No. He's from a good place. But
Right,
Hold on.
Nike, he's not from a good place. He's a Sikh.
All right, I don't think he's gonna.
Who's a Sikh?
I think I need to remove him because.
Sorry, you like to seek. I meant like you like to seek. Sorry.
You know what? I need to set a standard for a certain level of English proficiency. Purple, you're blurting out too much. Hey, I want to say something to rest my case while I have you guys here.
Why, Grim? Are you a Sikh by any chance? No,
I'm not.
Not that I hate Sikh.
Looking for Sikhs, yeah,
Look, I got
hallway.
Okay. Okay, so this is actually I wish Pepe could hear me. This is more for him, I think, than anyone. So I came to America when I was 4 in 1994, and I'm so thankful that I feel so lucky and fortunate that I got to grow up here in America because I grew up in this great environment of such freedom. I've become the kind of person that I have, outspoken, bold, brave, and free thinking. Had I grown up? What is that the right? Had I lived in Korea all my life, I'm definitely sure that I wouldn't have turned out the way that I did. I would have been just another Korean guy among the crowd, nameless, just another nobody. But here, I was able to develop this personality and attitude that's larger than life, and it's thanks to America, growing up here. So my point is that I developed this way because I grew up here, and I'm Asian. So it's possible for more Asians to also be like me. So the point is that the biggest reason why, the biggest thing you'll get out of growing up in America is being as free of a human being that any society the world has seen yet could offer.
And that's because of the law. There's only one thing that gives us that joy. It's the law. And when you break the law, you have to suffer the consequences. But in this country, there are no consequences for breaking the law anymore. You're released on an ankle monitor, and then you go commit the crime again on the train. And you go light some girl on fire, slice her throat, or you kidnap some white kid and abuse him in your house for weeks on end. There's no consequences in this country. It's because of woke Democrat judges. I rest my case.
Please, one more thing, because I think Pepe wants to say something. One more thing, just last follow-up comment there is, for all those who were born and raised here or born here, well, lucky for you. You consider yourself lucky as hell. And for all of us, the rest of us who claw our way to, start a new life in America, good on you if you
Peter, you're a legend. Peter, you're a legend in life. Peter, you're a legend.
Okay, once we're all here, native born or immigrant, it's go time. It's competition. So the last words I would say is let the best man win.
Well, I would say this. There's a bunch of things. So I think even when it's mostly white people, we still make racist jokes. Like, you see how I was talking, Knight knows me, knows I'm playing. I don't talk to him like that in a serious manner. But, like, we all do kind of make fun of each other. That is, like, what men have always done. We make, like, race jokes towards each other. And that includes accents. And we just make fun of each other. It's, like, I think kind of normal. And whites do it amongst each other in terms of, whatever sub-ethnicity they are of European descent. And I would say it's kind of interesting because, like, I went to a Catholic schools. Now my elementary Catholic school, that was one of the churches that had a Korean mass. It had masses in Korean, and so we had Korean nuns and stuff. You had a few Korean kids, but I mean, my experience is that you said you're of Korean descent. Is Koreans are perhaps the most westernized in a weird way than all of the other Asians, and for whatever reason they don't see. You have little Korean towns, but it's like who hangs out there? It's like the old ladies and the old men from the old country, and that's like really all you see. The kids the first generation are almost completely assimilated. Unlike where it can be a little bit different with the Chinese. Some of them do assimilate, but I would say often they're far more likely to remain in their little ethnic enclaves. And you would kind of see it. You saw it for a generation or two when it came to even the Vietnamese and Laotians and Cambodians and stuff, but. Yeah, it's weird. I don't really. Do you live in a place where there's even a Korean community? Or are you just one of the Koreans that, like, the few that's sprinkled in amongst a bunch of other people?
Someone way earlier asked me, where in California am I from? I grew up in Santa Cruz as a kid. Mm-hmm. And then starting in middle school, sorry for huffing and puffing, I'm almost done with my workout. I moved to Monterey and did middle and high school there. But I'm over here in New York now. But anyway, where I grew up in Santa Cruz, Monterey area, they were nice areas. And
no, I've been there. I've been to them. Yeah.
But yeah, there were Korean.
I knew you were Northern Cali. I knew it. I would have bet my bank account on it.
But I mean, I'm just curious though. So you didn't pick up like the whites and Mexicans making fun of each other quite a bit?
No. That didn't happen so much in the schools I went to.
Okay.
I grew up. I lived in a small town next to Monterey called Pacific Grove. Maybe.
Holy shit! Really?
Some of you guys may have heard of.
My brother and my brother, his wife, and niece. That is so crazy you brought it up.
It's
actually,
a
he's
very
not
nice
say
area.
That, is he? Yeah, so they live in Pacific Grove.
Yeah, more people will know about Pebble Beach, which is next to that too.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, I had a pretty good. See, what I tell people is I only really started to face way more racism. In fact, almost like Well, I mean, I did get little pokes and prods when I was growing up as a kid, but barely anything compared to once I became an adult. Because, people aren't going to really pick on kids in a racist way. But once you're all grown up, you'll face more of it. And also, there are softer ways that I'm affected, like dating, Try being an Asian guy on a dating app. You won't fare
But
very
you're
well.
can I ask a question if you don't mind answering? How tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
5'6". All right. Well, I mean,
I'm 5'6" and a half, but of course I'll round down.
but I would say that with Asians, I think that the biggest problem with them is that women in the West have like Western standards for like height and that kind of shit. Whereas, obviously the Asians are on average, a few inches shorter than us. And so, but Koreans are kind of an exception. They tend to be a little bit taller.
Yeah, I take after my mom. My mom's short.
But I mean, if you compare them, like I can only imagine if I moved to like American Samoa and trying to date there, all of it would be like, first of all, I'd have to find women that are taller than me, And it'd probably be rough.
Oh man, you're a handsome gentleman, man. Go downtown to Soho. You know what I mean? Get you a bag of cocaine. Get you a section. Oh God, flock to you.
A bag of cocaine in a section is nuts. Yo, why you telling them that, Bello?
Are
You saying that you're from Monterey and all that? That changes the game for me. Dude, honestly, were there any black people near you when you were growing up? Like what percent of your?
No, not in my school. But then you go to the next city over, and it's Seaside, and then you'll have
Yeah, Seaside, get it in.
Yeah, but then also just culturally speaking, from what I know about that area around San Francisco, from a perspective of like the American dream and education, it is probably one of like top 2 or 3 most competitive areas in the country for that kind of stuff. So I'm starting to kind of follow just geographically and culturally like what part of California you're from, and kind of some of the stuff you're saying and why it's making more sense to me personally.
And not bragging at all. It's like one of the best areas in California.
I'm aware. I went to University of Chicago, and we had a lot of kids. I hired a lot of kids from there actually. So one other thing though, man, that you're kind of saying, like you're giving your vision of like, this room, your YouTube channel, this and that. And I don't want to correct you because I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong.
I've heard it all, so go ahead.
Yeah, but there's some big factors that you're kind of missing, because to me, the way I'm framing what you're saying is, I think that you're not content with the power dynamics and the influence dynamics of Asian American men in this country.
No, actually, I said it earlier. It's not even that. I'm not disgruntled by the low representation of Asians in powerful positions. It's about the racism that Asians get, and I thought a solution to that, one of the solutions, is to have more Asians in powerful positions.
Sure, but look, black people, we get racism. Hispanic people get racism. What's so special about you? I'm confused.
Because the way we get made fun of, it's like nails on a chalkboard. I've as far back as I can remember, I always detested it, and I always was so enraged by it. It's going to be part of my material, part of my content. That was my natural reaction. Therefore, I believe that is the correct reaction to have.
I mean,
respectfully, I feel like to experience racism is to be American or to be foreign or to be not of the original people. It's not exclusive to you. And I don't want to be insensitive, but it just sounds like you're maybe hypersensitive, or you're trying to launch more of a public campaign on how it feels, which I can understand that. But,
let me make one little distinction. So for black Americans, they get made fun of, by being called the N-word and being called like, slummy and things like that. But it's all in the context of being in America. Whereas Asian people, they get made fun of for how Asians are in Asia. You see the distinction? African American.
No, that's not true.
Black American people. But generally though,
No, we make fun of
from my life
Asians for having a
experience.
small penis. That's
But
We
what I
make
mean
fun
is,
of Africans, I call them
Small.
Africans.
okay, but you see what I mean though. You understood what I meant.
Yeah.
I've hardly seen any Black Americans get made fun of, saying like, oh, look at you're like Kalahari Bushman click clack language.
That's because you're not in that hood. Grim.
I got called an African booty scratcher when I was a kid.
Yeah, so like the Black Americans will make fun of the Africans,
Can I say
and us
something?
white people will make fun of Black people, and we will compare them to Africans and monkeys and apes. And what I think is kind of different about the Asian racism is, at the end of the day, white people have a respect for Asians because they're hardworking, they tend to be intelligent, and there's no real bad
You
call.
say the other one, you fuck them the most when you date out.
Okay,
But when it comes to Black people, we criticize we do it in both the maybe like friendly ways. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Let me finish.
No. Let's
Hey,
give
you
her a
respect
chance.
that white. I mean that black person.
She hasn't spoken to you. Let's give her a
Let me
chance.
finish my point.
Pepe is
She's trying to talk over me.
fake white person.
No, shut the fuck up and let me finish my fucking point. But when it comes to Black people,
It's not even a real
it
white
can
dude.
be
Stop it.
it can be like us just kind of making fun of something like, oh, they like chicken, nothing too bad. But
Shut
then
the
it can
fuck
go
up.
in straight
Anyways,
into
let's talk
us.
about the fact you're
Shut
not
up, you
white.
dumb bitch.
You're not
white.
white. Stop coping. You're
All
not
right, let me
fucking
finish my
white.
fucking point, bitch. God damn.
Bitch, you're
We
more
don't
brown
care.
than
You're a
me.
fucking
You're
butt.
blacker
You're-
than me.
Hey, you shut your black ass
You're a
up.
fucking
Come on,
mutt,
guys.
bro. He's the
Whether
mutt.
you agree
Shut
or
up, Jim.
not,
But can he land?
let's okay.
Yeah,
Let's let him. Right. Let's let him finish, and then Vel can.
Because he clapping his dick suckers like a little bitch.
Yeah. Go ahead and get those black booty cheeks pounded.
Shut the fuck up, bro. You're a fucking tapeworm.
Just let him land, y'all, and we
You would have gotten
basketball
the
on.
shit smacked out of him, bro. You could finish, but just hurry up. We don't fight.
Okay, zip it, chimp. Now, all I'm trying to say is, but we will use the most belittling and like dehumanizing language to them, and then like when we end up doing it to Black people, though, we can point out to how Black people are doing all over the world. We literally compare them to monkeys and say how they're fucking stupid and they're born lesser than. Like, that is the difference, I think, between the racism Blacks get and Asians get. Asians, we compare you to people from East Asia and go, ding chong, hong, 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 like that kind of stuff. I get it. It's annoying, but
All right.
it's...
But what he's saying is that the racism.
All right, can I
is
go
not
now?
just-
Because I've been listening for a while, and I've been patiently
Go
waiting.
ahead, Queen.
Thank you. I've been listening for a while. And Grim, we absolutely do not need to change the aesthetic of America to look like you. That would be very depressing. I don't want to walk past men who are 5'4".
Oh,
every day at job.
man. Well, thanks for confirming the room and our theory about black supremacy. Thank you very much, Val.
I'm not around the kids no more.
You see the trigger. You see how triggered?
Let that black queen speak. Let him
All right,
wait, let her-
can I finish
all right,
speaking to Grim?
Yeah, let her have her say.
Okay, Grim. So absolutely not. I think you guys deserve your own enclave so that you guys can be our worker class. I do believe that you are our new worker supply class that we need.
You hear this
to
shit?
keep
They're
this
already
country
doing better
going.
than whites. What are you talking about?
I know that,
Largely
but
part
they
of the
have to
professional
work.
We
class.
don't want
They
you
have
to
to
take it.
work.
You should get your own enclave
Let's let her
and
get it
be a
out.
worker
They
class.
have to work to do that. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them spending the best years of their life slaving for the American system. Pepe.
Did you miss the? Okay.
What do you want? Go ahead. Did I miss what?
Did you miss the part when I said that because I grew up here for the majority of my life since I was 4 years old, I developed the personality that I have, the attitude that I have, the ambition, the worldview that I have. And had I grown up in Korea, I would definitely not have been the same person.
I mean, you probably would have been fried chicken. You probably would have been a half African American, half Korean mutt baby from wars. It's a lot of different realities you could have landed in. You know, we know that a lot of your Southern Korean women are easy licks, and unfortunately, a lot of Black American men have repopulated your population over there. So, I mean, I guess you missed that by a little bit of a slim shot. But Grim, I'm just from listening to you for the last hour, and I've been very patient. We actually don't need you here. I heard you try to pronounce a couple words and you couldn't really do it. It's really embarrassing because I heard you in another room talking about the Black American accent.
Okay, Vel. Okay, my response to you. Look, this is my response. It's real quick and simple. Is go ahead and try and stop us.
You're gonna stop yourself. You're Korean. You're Korean. Chinese people don't even like you like that.
Come on.
Like you're coping. Chinese people don't even see you as an equal. You're coping right now.
Wait, who's next? Because I want to get in here.
You are the lesser class of. Excuse me, can I finish? You are the lesser class of Asians. Like Chinese people do not look at you as.
They're the higher class of Asians.
And the fact that
stupid? They look down. They're known for looking down on the Chinese.
Why are we listening to this mixed race?
The fucking Japanese.
Why are we listening to this mixed race?
Hold on, Pepe, mute up. Hold on. I got you back. Grim, I got you. This one of mine. Okay, so Vil, they are one of the higher echelon of Asians. He's from the Samsung culture, right? The Sony culture, right? The music, the K-pop, BTS culture, right?
I don't listen.
And so, hold on, because a lot of them over there own the masters of the people that you grew up listening to. One being Michael Jackson, right? Not
they still have music.
Of course. But they got it. No matter how they got it, they got it.
They stole our fried chicken.
Hey, I want to. All right, here.
Cool.
Okay.
I just want to lay it out on the line right here where y'all sit.
That was a nice cold
line of Asians.
She's harsh.
Yeah. No, she's just a Black American woman. She's regular. I'm saying is, hold on. All I'm saying is, where they sit though, far as like the hierarchy of Asians, would be more closer to the top than the bottom. Especially him. You're South Korean, right?
They're at the top with the Japanese.
Hold on. We gotta get specifications. Grim, you're from a South Korean culture, right?
I'll tell you like this.
He wouldn't be North Korean. Hello.
I didn't come from the country you can't leave from.
Oh,
what you said?
So hold on.
I didn't come from the country you can't leave from.
Hold on.
Wait, who came from where?
My Hapkido teacher and my Taekwondo teacher was also from that. So you're actually in the more middle line. You damn near.
Wait, so Night King, are you foreign? Wait, Night King, are you foreign born? Wait, are you a foreigner, Night King? Because he said
no, I am a.
Let's not forget what Vel said here, which was incredibly racist. She said she wants you South Koreans to live in an enclave and to be the worker class. She doesn't like you, and she wants you to serve her, and you have to live separately. She believes in Jim Crow laws and slavery servitude to serve her. You heard it, I heard it, and I didn't know black supremacy was a thing.
Those Thai lady boys look better than black women, though. That's the problem.
Let me tell y'all historical context.
That just speaking pile of shit on my head. Now I need to.
You know how much of a blind man to get to say some shit like that?
I got you. I'm gonna pass it right back.
This man just said lady boys are more attractive than women.
This has.
I said Thai lady boys are more attractive than black women.
You're still a shitter leg. You not know what that is?
Just chill. Come on.
Black women are built like linebackers. I don't need to be attracted to it.
Yeah, we got
now
more
y'all want to
solidness
fight.
than you, Pepe.
Come on, y'all.
Pepe, you built like a
Decorum.
Y'all forgot white boys are frail. White boys are frail. That's why they don't get picked for sport.
Order in the
I got my final response. My final response to
did you know that Grim is 5'4"?
Hold on, he's 5'4". You're the before the misogyny laws ended and shit like that. We actually were closer in culture, working together, right? Fighting together when it come to wars and all sorts of other shit. So that's why you can see what you mentioned, right? With the fried chicken recipe and all that shit. That shit was more than just.
Child, Black Americans still going over there.
Yeah, but in World War II, they didn't
There's a damn war.
But in World War II, they didn't allow blacks to go to the front line and fight with the whites because their biggest fear. No, but the reason. No, this is why we know. And the reason why is because
we got a lot of confused ass much like
no. The reason why is because they were afraid. They were afraid that the white people. The white troops would end up shooting the blacks. That's actual fact.
History that you would have never.
Yeah, but we know this. It's well admitted.
You don't know it. You had to learn.
It's literally. It's been fucking proven. What the fuck are you talking about? It's part of our history.
It's part of our history.
They never let black troops fight on the front line with white troops. The only black troops that could fight on the front line were by themselves. They were never allowed to go with white troops.
Pepe is the epitome of a tether.
Oh, by the way, they did.
Real tether.
By the way,
What the fuck?
yeah, but when it comes to Hispanics, Native Americans, and Asians, they fought on the first lines with whites.
And who did you fight with? Because your ass ain't you.
No, we're talking about the history of the United States when it came to
confusion.
He's trying to say like. No, because like we didn't always fight together. I mean, let's just be real.
Aren't you from Corsica?
No, I was born here.
Stop lying, nigga. You said you was.
Well, it was a troll. It was a troll.
Nah, nigga.
No, it's not a troll. He's actually from there. We know
Don't talk about
Pepe.
some damn weed.
No, I know.
You was
Pepe,
born
no
in
Pepe.
Corsica.
And
Why are
he'll
you
tell
lying?
you that I know.
I was literally born here.
People don't remember.
I don't
That's
even
the
speak
problem.
French. Like, what the fuck?
You're from Corsica, my dude.
Oh,
Corsica
damn.
speak
Your
French.
fucking lies.
Of course it is.
Stop your fucking lies.
Hold on. Let Grim get in here because he did have a
Wait, hold on.
word.
This ain't chilling.
You look like a light-skinned
I know
fucking
it ain't
woman with a
chilling.
light haircut.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I got this
Talk
great
about some
speech
damn
I
weed.
kind of put together in my mind. I don't know if it'll come out right, but if you'll allow me, maybe it'll be a couple to a few minutes. I don't know. Okay, so the first thing I would say to you, Vel, is we're not going to stop coming. We're going to keep trying to come. And for you to...
We need Trump got Deport.
Excited. Pepe's about to have a
We
whole lot
gotta
of
make
lady boys
America
coming
great
in.
again. Deport.
All right, so...
Deport them out.
Keep on coming. Keep on coming.
For you to tell
Lady
me
boys
that...
coming for your whole ass.
For you to tell me that me and my people should stop coming here and should go back, that actually causes the opposite of what you want. You know, by hearing that, I want to defy you even more. And
Why?
let's see. Let me say one more thing. You know, I don't know how much you know about Korean history, but we are a proud people with a long, noble history, a history filled with royalty, nobility, kingdoms, kings, emperors.
You ain't come from none of that though.
And fast forward to, I'm full-blooded Korean.
That's because you came from.
Yeah, but bitch, you came from a bunch of nappy-headed ancestors that were literally chucking spears and going, and sold by your own fucking people. That's what the fuck you were. That's the kind of royalty you come from. So shut the fuck up.
You want to
You
lay
fucking nappy-headed half chimp, fucking hybrid. Shut the fuck up.
I know Grim can be a lady boy in Saturdays,
You
but
trying
not
to get it
today.
back.
I knew it was coming.
I know y'all like lady
trying to
boys
get
and
it
shit.
back.
Oh yeah, Pepe loves his lady boys. That's why he's
Y'all love
excited
trying to
for
stick up for the Asian dude, just so you could get some Asian boom boom.
All right.
But Grim,
Hold on. You didn't know I was
What?
back here loading up the rocket launcher, right? So let me let you know something. Those are only certain Asians and certain Koreans, right? There's some that's been decimated, like the Silla culture, right? Yeah, hold on, bro.
I don't give a shit about none of that. Anyway, them niggas is fake pop stars now. You don't care about that.
Hold on. We can't look. We can't overlook because contextually,
Them
right?
niggas wearing makeup and shit now. Nobody
some of this
cares.
shit do matter. Yeah, the men too. That's true. And that's
Yeah, they wear
wearing
makeup.
black
I don't want to hear about them. I don't give a fuck.
hold on.
I really
But
don't.
you in the room with them. So you gotta hear
Yeah, because
about
we here to talk about black supremacy,
Yeah.
not white, not Asian supremacy.
Hold on.
Yeah, but Asians are superior. Asians are superior to your black monkey ass. That's the problem.
Pepe,
What you don't know is
Hear from the mud dick eating. But look, Grim, how do you feel
go ahead,
about? I'm almost done. But how do you feel about those Korean men dyeing their hair, painting their nails, putting on makeup?
Right, that's
real
that's an
effeminate.
absolute right. Just
That's
Damn,
just
I was trying to get to that.
Okay, but which group of men has the highest participation rate in the LGBTQ community? It is literally black males. They are overrepresented in the United States. Being black is gay, black is gay, but you down low gay.
Can't even talk.
But gay,
Can't even talk right.
Go ahead, girl. You want to?
Bless all, folks. Shut up.
Yeah, go ahead. Let this nappy-headed sister speak.
Yeah. Cause she talking shit to me now. I'm trying to take over.
They should put 5'6". Like think about this. Imagine if every man in this country was like 5'4". Like.
You know, technically every war is actually just a spear chucker war. And if we were to compare kingdoms and kings and nobility from large architecturally based cities to mud huts in the Senegal, what's important to know is that you have witnessed on this stage a female acting like a black supremacist, telling a Korean that he can have an enclave and that he'll have to serve her. Looks like we've done this science experiment, we've proven our hypothesis. Congratulations, Grim.
He can't even get his message out fully and properly, but calling someone else below 70 IQ.
That's how short men are. They just start rambling. They just angry little people.
Right. And for Pepe, where Pepe? Oh, Pepe, you let a Jew cook you on stage about Iranian conflict.
Which one?
So,
Some
little Jewish dude. That was like 3 weeks ago. That was.
I never got cooked. There was one Jew from Canada that likes to get his.
This is right before.
He's a recent convert. He didn't cook.
He still cooked you. He still. He still embarrassed you. He embarrassed you.
You better own it. You better fight back, Pepe.
Like you had an IEP for a teacher. You had sounded like you actually sound in the. he sunned you. You look like a little boy.
You
look like Pepe look darker than me.
Zip it, chimp.
Pepe, you're darker than me.
I'm a quadroon.
Yes. Oh, now you quadroon.
Well, you guys think like where does this white guy who has like a lot of these white qualities, but then he chimps out all the time and crashes out all the time? I inherited some of your guys' DNA. That's why.
Yo, Grim.
That's that caveman shit.
So yeah, like I said, it's a little disingenuous, man, for you to trip over those stereotypes. Like I said, when you are respected, at the same time, if you find a black person dating an Asian person, right, the black family is not going to ostracize or kick out that family member just for bringing an Asian person around. But if you flip that, right, you find a lot of Asian people are leaving their families if they end up with a black man or a black woman and what. So at the same time, you're mad because you said imagine an Asian person on a dating website, and so you're saying that now these westernized Asian women, these women, because of the racism, they see you guys as weak, as docile, and like I said, that's cultural because you guys are not on like the independent vibe. You guys think more as a unison. And so what I find, I see a lot of Asian men, they're turning into incels because they feel like the women don't want them, because in the Western world, the women, they want audacity. They want a leader. They want someone that's outspoken. You know what I mean? They want someone that's innovative, right? And so when the In the Asian culture, you don't really find that. Why? Because you guys are more so following the blueprint.
But I think that's partially true, though, because like what women want, and this is where I'm going to be realistic and compare the Asian men to white men. I won't compare them to blacks because that would be mean. But women do heavily.
They don't want you.
Wait.
And Othello, you're saying. Wait,
sure.
Othello, I just wanted to ask you a question. So you said Korean women have the best pussy. What about white women? White women aren't good enough for you anymore? Have they expired?
Me?
Yeah,
Are
they
white
have-
women out of
actually,
style?
yes.
Oh, I love white women.
Actually, yes, they have expired, and I don't really, I don't really respect white women. I think that like just because they were existing in the false reality that white men have created, and they were just tagging along, and they were more so buying.
So you blame white women because of white men? What?
You gotta shut the fuck up, John Kitover. Go ahead.
Hold on. And just for so long, they weren't thinking for themselves. I don't know. I don't find them attractive anymore. I'm sorry. I don't find white women attractive.
Well, at least you can admit that you don't find them attractive.
I forget what I was going to say because he did that guy butted in.
Attack that.
But that guy butted in. But I was going to have a question. Who was saying what right before that?
Whoa.
I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah, let's just move this conversation forward. Let's not go back to things Pepe can't even remember.
Primate can't help his fucking shit brain.
By accident, I gave him a.
But anyway, like I said, Phil, we're gonna keep coming and try. Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna try and
We're breeding with them. Wait,
I remember what I was gonna say.
Nobody cares, Pepe. Shut up.
I remember what I was gonna say. Is so that guy was saying how like Othello was saying how there's all of these traits that like white Western men, I don't know what he was referring to, have that are different in comparison to Asians that women find attractive. But in reality, though, what women also find attractive is like when it comes to like marriage material, it's like stability, financial security. Of course, like if you want a woman that's not like retarded, but maybe she's educated herself, they're gonna care like okay, well, like how intelligent are you? What have you achieved academically? And of course, their income and all of that shit.
But Pepe,
you're going to have a level of stability, and I guess like you're going to have a lot of the things that make you suitable for marriage that they'll have in comparison to white men at a higher degree.
Pepe, it wouldn't be fair if I didn't follow up with another addition to that list. So there are, among the Asian population, there are Chad-looking, masculine, good-looking, handsome Asian men. They're just not promoted. They're not shown in the media enough. And so we've been, for the longest time, we've been stuck with this stereotypical image of Asian men as being, weak.
But if I was to go to San Francisco, for example, or just the Bay Area in general, and look at and encounter every Asian male I saw, the amount of Asian males we would see from a Western white male's perspective that would have like an imposing, athletic, large.
Oh, you're rambling. They're all getting bred out. They're all getting bred out.
Yeah, right.
They're not breeding with
shut your fucking
They're
whore
not
mouth.
breeding with you.
Okay, go get your chocolate cheeks clapped, okay, cupcake? Yeah, you want some white icing on those black buns, you fucking homo.
Wait,
Shut up.
what?
But you want.
That's right, you like it. You down low, bro. That's all you are. Shut up.
Oh,
Can I highlight something?
But no, what I was going to say is if you were to look at all of the Asians that you would encounter on any given day, the likelihood you would end up shut your fucking whore mouth. Go back to farting the cum bubbles out of your black ass, you fucking faggot. Shut up. Going to hell, sodomite. Shut up.
You gotta realize South Asians need protection against the sun. They can't get that with a pig.
South Asians are dark.
Yes, they're dark, but they want to keep that darkness going. Breeding with a pork skin mutant like you would not.
Nobody's talking about I'm not talking about us mating with them. What the fuck are you talking about?
You know, I want to highlight.
We're talking about that. We're talking about no. Hold on. He made the claim. Shut up, you fucking pussy.
You're a queer.
He made it. Okay, so what Grim? I'm trying to get back to what Grim was saying because like this is so we're getting derailed so much over these petty insults. Now,
Sound like a fucking
when it
queer.
comes
Sound like
to amazing. So when it comes to all right, so he can't stop himself. Now, when it comes to Asian males, as I was saying, Grim, like if you were to go around the San Francisco Bay Area or and you were to encounter and you were to like take a note on every Asian male you saw, you're going to encounter far more white people. Shut your fucking mouth. You're going to encounter far more white. Shut, dude. You're going to have to, Glenn. You're going to have to like. You're going to have to like do something with this idiot. He's not letting the whole. You're not letting the conversation happen.
You seem hesitant to say, so I said it for you.
Monkey chimp, shut up.
I was saying the vast majority of those Asian men are butt ugly, is what you're.
No. I didn't say no. I didn't say ugly. What I was gonna say. Okay, but no, shut the fuck up.
Voices. All of you have high pitched voices. Put a muzzle on this nigger. But you all have high pitched voices.
All right, dude, he's just trolling Grim. Like I can't talk while he's talking. He's not even staying on topic. He's just fucking retarded.
That effeminate that you don't have.
Okay, we're talking about. Let me finish my point. You fucking low life nigger. Shut the fuck up.
I want to hear this. Okay, I want to hear this since I got it wrong. What is it?
Sure. So if you were to look at, for example, all of the Asians you encounter in the Bay Area and all of the whites, that you could probably count on, you make a very short list of the number of Asians you saw that would have like a big athletic imposing figure. But you would see men, even white men that don't work out. The same goes with black men. We're roughly comparable in size. And you would see there is like on average, there is this real difference between Asians and for example, sub-Saharan West Africans and whites, and and so and that is, and I think that's what holds. I think that is one of the selection biases that Western women have, and unfortunately even some Asian women. But it's not necessarily because of like the facial symmetry or the behavior or because you guys aren't good enough. By most, if you're looking for somebody who's like marriage material, generally Asians are outbeat us whites.
But that's not why Asian women. That's not why Asian women go for whites. When you actually talk to them, because I actually get this from them, it's really because they think y'all are rich. They think you have. You're going to give them access to wealth and resources. And sometimes it's true, a lot of times it's not. But when it comes to looks, athletic ability, they're going for black.
Yeah, East Asians have higher incomes than us.
They have higher incomes, but their parents are telling them to marry other wealthy people.
The highest money earners in the United States, on average, are fucking Asians. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
No, but like even Southeast Asians, like the Vietnamese that did not used to do pretty well, they actually outperform white males today.
Hold on, Pepe. But that's
Why y'all being obtuse? Yes, Asian women like white men. We know that.
Yeah, we know that. And so, Pepe, what you're missing is none of that matters. So Grim, like, let's just say Grim makes $500,000 a year, right? But he's saying because of the stereotypes. And he's also blaming the racism, which I don't think that's there. He's saying that even his own women, right, are choosing the black and the white man over him.
Well, they overwhelmingly choose white men. I don't know that they choose black men.
No, they're going. No. Now
they are.
Now they're going black. They're going black, and they are noticing this. And you can, and even if you go to Instagram, right, and you see these black and Asian couples, you go into the comments.
He's shitting his pants.
The Asian men are doing the same thing that the white men used to do when they see black and white men. They're like, oh my God, mud shark. Oh, you're messing up the bloodline. They're turning into the incels.
Well, so why shouldn't they be allowed to do that?
But I mean, do what you want. What I'm saying is you're missing this part. Is that the Asian?
You want you to police them? That's not you. That's not your daughter.
That's why I'm trying to improve the image of Asian.
Yes, the Asian woman in the West, and even now going into Asia, because they're choosing the white and the black man.
Well, first of all, I can look at the interracial marriage data, which doesn't show necessarily who's fucking, but the vast majority of interracial marriages, we can see who's marrying who, and the white women. I mean, excuse me, the Asian women. I don't even know if it registers as 1% are marrying black men, but
Yeah,
you know,
but
they are marrying white men.
So what about white
Asian
women?
women outnumber the Asian men.
That was
So-
true in the early 2000s, but now what you find?
Well, no, this came out like 2 months ago. The latest data on this. Like white women are
my thing
actually
is,
now. This latest data shows that white women are actually the most race loyal.
All right.
Ooh,
Who cares?
No, they are
so
not.
my
Yeah,
question
that,
is-
those that
The latest data shows that when it comes to marriage.
Let Val.
Yeah, like you just take over the stage, Pepe. So to the black men on the stage, right? And then you only have one Asian in the room. He's quiet. Like, are y'all not embarrassed by like how y'all act?
Yeah, you act like a bunch of niggers in front of an Asian. That's kind of ironic.
Like what are y'all over here talking about? No, they date us too. They date us too. Put us in the category. I just always like to sit back and listen to black men when they're trying to include themselves in another person's racial category so bad. So bad.
I think you meant the context.
I think the stats show very clearly that overwhelmingly Asian women are dating white men. They're not overwhelmingly.
No, I think the
dating black men.
majority of them
It's just
still
not
date
happening.
Asian. I think the majority is still Asian.
Like, what are you arguing about over here?
You're missing
No,
the
they date us
context. You're
too.
missing the
They
whole
date us
context.
too.
I'm
Like,
gonna tell
shut
you
up.
why
Yeah,
you're
you
missing
missing context.
Like there's Asian men that date black
You
women.
missing
But the
context, man.
numbers.
Missed the whole
Okay, can I fucking
context.
finish, bro? But the numbers don't. It still doesn't add up.
You're missing the
You
context.
know what? You know what? Let's just
on average.
let's
is
wake
dating.
something
That's
else
it.
up,
Like,
though.
It's not a fucking debate.
No, Bells, but I think
We're
we should
talking about
wake something else up. There's
perspective.
one group of women that do worse. So if we flip the category, so men versus women, there's one group that is the most stigmatized and avoided when it comes to dating, and that is black women. In fact, they have less prospects than at least.
That's never been my reality. I think that
that's fine, sister.
I don't know. Like y'all, I hear this. Like, hold on, wait a
That's
minute.
anecdotal as fuck.
I hear a lot of this rhetoric.
No, that the data has shown that. There's actually been several, and when it comes to even when it comes to the dating app companies,
just take a break.
they literally have been trying to come up with strategies in order to make the experiences better for black women on there. It's more than real.
Listen, I heard you. And I know that's what the stats say. And it's usually black women are least likely to date out. They just are.
No, they're least
They
liked
are.
by everybody.
They're least likely to date out of their race.
No, white women are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
White
Yes.
women on average are fucking these other groups of men. They come.
You guys are very race loyal. I'll give you that. You guys are very race loyal. White women
black
barely
women-
out-edge. No, white women barely out-edge black women.
You can't
Yes.
tell me what you can actually go to certain. Matter of fact,
The latest
you can go-
statistics show that.
Pepe, can you shut the fuck up for a second?
I
Let
need to
somebody
see those
fucking
stats.
talk.
Where you getting them stats?
If you
He's a
go
whiny
into the
little bitch.
room, you can literally see the dynamic of so many biracial fucking mutt kids from black men and white women.
So
like it's a fucking epidemic in certain parts of the
It's an
country.
epidemic.
Yes.
Yes.
So this whole notion of white
Especially
women are
in
so
where I'm
race loyal.
from.
White women are not race loyal. What are you
Where I'm
talking about?
from, look, it's motherfuckers that get out of jail and just go to a white woman and shit like that. Overwhelmingly, you can see it's like even with the interracial couples and shit like that, it's a black man and a white woman. I don't
Where I
know
live
what
at,
the
it's like
fuck you
that.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
where I live at, it's like that. It's nothing but
To commit to
biracial
that data and
couples.
shit like that, you will have to actually, like, know where them polls are at the vote. And I don't think, like, people is just online searching for these polls and shit and saying, like, hey, I'm a motherfucking goddamn, white woman dating a black man. You don't see them doing all of that shit.
Okay, but this
Motherfuckers
is
just living
also
their
where the
lives.
dating apps start to become very they start to become very crucial because of course the people that like I think Match.com now
Those
took
are
over.
dating apps.
Hold on. Hold on.
You're a fucking loser on dating.
No,
apps.
you're
Go
stupid.
outside.
You're
Suck
stupid
some
low
dick,
IQ
you
ape.
fucking
Shut the
loser.
fuck up.
You fucking swine.
You low IQ
And that's
fucking
probably why
monkey.
you have to go on
Go
dating
back to
apps.
wearing a bowl in your
Probably
fucking lip
Hey,
and doing
probably
something
tested
useful,
it.
like jerking off into a chimp's mouth and chucking a spear at I don't know, the chimp afterwards. I don't know. Like that's
jerking off.
this is low IQ chimp energy. Shut your low IQ baboon mouth.
You're jacking off. And
You are a dirty.
You're exposing yourself. I don't give a fuck.
I know. Just shut the fuck up and let people talk.
You speak.
You like to, yeah, because you'll just disrupt me whenever I speak, because that's what you do. You have nothing intelligent to say. But when it comes to these dating apps,
Do you have a speech?
okay, they do absolutely. They want everybody to see. You just don't shut up while I'm talking. That's all you can do, because you can't say anything intelligent.
You whine like a little bitch.
And you are a little bitch, faggot. Now bend over and spread those chocolate cheeks.
Gay
buddy.
ass. You see,
That's what you want to eat, laid by some white meat, don't you?
Gay ass shit.
Faggot, you got being beef dart for fucking buttocks. That's what you have.
I know it's a lot of gay.
Shake
people
that
on the
booty,
West Coast,
nigga.
but y'all have to calm down. We're on
Why you
Clubhouse.
so gay? The fuck is
Yeah, you gay ass nigga. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, Grim, is this how the Asian community is how y'all get down?
But no, wait, they don't have niggas in their community. That's the fortunate
Yes,
part.
they do.
This is the Asian room. This is Grim's room.
Yeah, but then a bunch of niggas came in here and fucked it up, didn't they?
No.
Yeah, that's what. Everywhere you guys go, you fuck it up.
I've been in here listening very quietly for like almost an hour before I spoke.
But when it comes to the dating apps, like Match.com owns most of these apps now, like OkCupid, Tinder, all of these are, it's basically under one conglomerate. They have, and this has been released, they do have, basically they get together, they try to find how can we make the app more positive for black women. They do have this consistent problem with Latinos, whites, Asians, everybody not liking black women. Yes, I'm sure there's a few that men like. Amazing.
Yeah, see, that
is where they get discriminated against. And the reason why, you can say that's not real life or that's not marriage, but that does show when people can see that nobody is looking, it doesn't matter as a black woman. Doesn't matter as a black woman.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get
But let me finish.
What are you finishing?
Let me finish.
Shut the fuck up for a second.
Let me finish.
Damn, nigga.
No, let me finish, you dumb bitch. Let me finish.
Turn your fucking mic down.
No, I'm going to finish. I have one sentence to finish. All you have to do is shut the fuck up for one minute.
Dude got a husband. There's no way women.
Now, when it comes to
this shit, he's the women in the
when it comes to shut you fucking you queer Negro, shut the fuck up.
God.
So
that was weak.
yeah, so when people are swiping, they think privately, and nobody can tell who they're attracted to, like on an app. They're not swiping on black women. That's just a fact.
Wait, but Pepe.
Okay, can I,
hold on, Vail. Watch this. How much on the national average of the population is actually on dating apps, right? And so the data that I got,
and how many black women are on? It's not a lot.
Hold on, it's roughly 18 to 23%.
But it's a lot of
in a
losers like
real
Pepe that
life,
can't go outside on that app.
Yeah, but these are going to be obviously 18 to 23% when you adjust for only the single population is a pretty good chunk of the population.
No, it ain't. In comparison to like real world data, right?
1823? Are you serious? That is a huge fucking sample size.